Hey everybody, I want to do a really quick video here. I wanted to kind of give a quick update. Um, First thing I want to do is give a little background and information that I learned today, which I will post the link below. It's an interview, a video I came across about Project Looking Glass. And I'll kind of summarize what that is. If I'm sure many people have heard of this. And so I'll just kind of summarize it, and then I'll bring us up to speed to where we are here. Okay. So first of all, Project Looking Glass was a way for I'll just say you can call it Illuminati, Cabal, elite, I'll just say elite groups that they used where they could put probable futures into a computer and get the results that it'll create. And what they did was they took a device that they used. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a expert in that. I knew it was used like a circular device that had a tube of looked like plasma went around it, and in the middle was like some kind of argon gas, and it created an energy between the argon gas and this other device, and it tapped into what you can call them as stargates, which is a natural event, a stargate, portal or wormhole, whatever you want to call them. Those are natural in hyperspace where we are. And what this gave those who were in control, or the elite, were able to put events that they will do so they can control the planet out into a future event, and then calculate it on the computer what the outcome will be and what the percentages and everything that how the reaction will happen. Okay. From the human population. And so they were doing this, they started this back in, at least I know, in the 1980s, and they've been doing this, had done this since up until, well, I'll get to that, but I'll explain how that, but they had done this for many, many years. And so, for example, like an event would be 9/11, 2001. That happened where the World Trade Centers were done, the Pentagon was damaged, and then the other plane crashed in Pennsylvania, I believe. So this was something that they created, these events. And they did this. So what they do is, I'll explain it briefly. I kind of understand it. It's kind of complex, but they take this energy, they put this scenario out there, this event, into this Stargate, into like a parallel universe, basically, and they see how it plays out in that universe. And everything is ran through a computer system based on this machine that they created to tap into that Stargate portal, things like that. It's similar to the Hadron Collider that they were using in CERN in Switzerland. Similar but not. They were trying to create a similar thing there, a portal to another universe, using dark matter, energy matter, and CERN. But this is much different. This is different because this is more looking at the future. So they did this, and when they wanted to change the timeline, when it wasn't going their way, they created an event. First, they ran it through this Project Looking Glass computer, and then they saw how the event would play out in humanity. And so they were able to control everything in the future. They were able to control all the events. And when they did this, there were a group of ex-military current military generals, CIA, FBI, and all that, that had gathered to take a stand against them. And because they had a bunch of information on this project, and they tried to do a coordinated event, and they've been working together since the late 80s, early 90s to try and take down this project. However, the problem was when they wanted to change the timelines, they were able to do so, to change it to go to what they wanted to do, the elites did. And what happened was, any event they tried to create after, so let's say it was to year 2005, and they tried to create an event after 2012. Anything from 2012 into the future created the same, it was a conglomeration of all timelines merged. So it resulted in a massive event happening, no matter what scenario they were going to play out. So this massive event, I have an idea on, and I'll share that. And I'll share some information I heard from other channels, but also information I got. So fast forward to today, we're seeing pretty much every event played out, fear tactic created by these elites to scare people, to create the future going their way, even though they know it's going to result in this massive event. You can call it Ascension, the Great Awakening. I believe it's also related to the solar flash. It's all kind of related. They can't control that. And so I'll go give you a little bit of history. And this is taken from the Law of One, the raw material. The planet goes through I'm going to do more videos on the Law of One, I think, because it's very good information to share with people. It has a lot of great information. It was written in the early 1980s, and it includes so much what's happening now. This was raw beings are a collective group of sixth density, which is sixth dimensional, seventh dimensional. There's a difference between densities and dimensions, and I'll explain that in another time. But basically, the densities are related to the chakra system. So first density is root chakra, second density is sacral chakra, third density is solar plexus, fourth density is heart, fifth density is throat chakra, pineal gland, third eye is sixth density, and seventh density is crown chakra, and then so on. And these are basically evolving beyond, okay? So the Earth goes through cycles. The Earth goes through, every 25,000 years is a cycle, okay? Then every third cycle is a master cycle, which is the end of this, about 75,000 years approximately. So when the Earth started started the beginning of the 75,000 year cycle, it was the first 25,000 year cycle, okay? At that, I don't want to go into that. Okay, so at the end of, I'll just back it up here, I apologize. At the end of each 25,000 year cycle, there's a chance for any beings who are ready to shift into that next density, that next state of being, where they can, it's called, they call it in the Law of One the harvest. I know that's the harvesting the soul. That terminology in our terms doesn't equate to what they're talking about. Basically, it's an ascension of the soul, evolution of the soul. And so at the end of that 25,000 year cycle, it allowed those beings who were ready to shift to that next density, next dimension too. And so at the end of the first 25,000 year cycle, they said there were no souls ready to ascend to that next level. Everybody had to continue on the density that they were in, starting on that next 25,000 year cycle. We're in the last 25,000 year cycle right now, which will be, we're at the end of the master cycle of 75,000 years approximately. When that happens on this planet, the planet goes into a shutdown. Okay, the planet goes into hibernation. The planet goes into maybe let's say an ice age again. It could be that, or it could be just everything dies. Okay. Every being needs to vacate the planet at this time. It's in this lifetime. It's happening now. Those who are ready to shift, ascend to the next density or dimension will go. Okay? That's why it's so important right now to do your due diligence, to shift your frequency, to let go of all the things that are going on in that, because each planet, basically planetary sphere, creates a 25,000 year cycle, basically, that you have to wait till you get that chance to ascend again. That's a long time. So if you don't do your work now, you have another wait to continue on in those third dimensional lives. And so, and I'm not putting this out to scare people, but this is important, really important. And so right now we're at the end of that 75,000 year cycle, and the Earth will cleanse itself completely. I've talked about that before. This totally goes into the Law of One material, which I have channeled this information. I've just started reading the Law of One material. I'm almost done with the first book. There's 5 books. And there's so much information in these books that it's just unbelievable how it correlates with right now. So the information that I wanted to share that I got was this next 3 months to 5 months are going to be extremely big. We know all the events that are taking place now on the planet. It's gotten a little very, very crazy. There will come a major announcement that will happen. Now, I have an idea what it is, but I've talked about this before, and I believe it will be related to the children that were being used in these underground tunnels and what was happening. I believe that will be made known to the world. This will create complete craziness on every single continent, every country, because this is a global thing. It's not just the United States, or it's not just Europe, or it's not just, wherever. This was a global thing. The other thing, there will be other events that will overlap. Once this happens, it will create, the storm will literally be here. It will be, you think it's crazy now, it will be more crazy. The best thing we can do as volunteers, starseeds, light workers, whatever, is to completely stay centered, stay grounded, keep your energy guarded, watch who you are around. Don't freely give out your energy to anybody, okay? Because you are going to need your energy during this time. Yes, there will be people that may need your help, and do so, but just be aware that you're going to need your energy, full energy, when this hits. The other thing I got was we may be seeing galactic intervention. This is a high probability because there may be a lot of chaos, even more so now. We may see a lot of ships in the skies. I don't know. I want to put that out there. I don't know if I want to say that will happen, but I don't know for sure. So this is just things I'm getting channeled. This is a very high probability now, as I'm being told by my star family, my council I'm on. And purpose of the ships are to dispel some of that chaotic energy, to calm. What they do is they send down, they told me they would send down beams of energy over the major cities, especially, to calm people. Even though they may see them in the skies, or I may not see them in the skies, I don't know if they will be known or shown to everybody. I just know that they will be there. There may be, some of us may be able to see them and the rest may not. I don't know. The other thing is there's going to be some big earth changes happening. All of a sudden this will spark the earth changes. There already are happening, but it will really kick into high gear in every single continent. Now I know I've started feeling this really crazy intense energy. Was it yesterday? I would say yesterday I started feeling this very intense, super hyper energy, and I had it all last night, I had it all there today. I'm completely like just wired right now. I can feel, and I've talked to several people who are experiencing this same thing too. They feel the energy is ready just to explode. Now I don't know when all this is going to happen. I do get, they said that it'll be within this next 3 months to 5 months. There will be, all this will be boom, boom, boom. It needs to happen. This has to happen because the Earth, Mother Gaia, can no longer wait. She wants to go into that next density and dimension. And that means shutdown of the planet. Everybody will go, once that end of that big cycle happens and the planet recleanses, everybody is going to go off planet no matter what. Everybody's just going to go out to another dimension, another planet, to the new Earth I've talked about. If those who are ready to shift. I do know most people that are awakening now, most are the starseeds and volunteers and light workers who have volunteered. Majority of the human souls are new. What I mean by new is they haven't had enough third density, third dimensional lives and experience to be able to connect in a spiritual evolving of their soul. Okay, that's what I've been told. There will be some, yes, that will, but majority, there will be many that might not be ready for this, to shift to the next dimension density. Again, maybe I'm wrong, because many people are awakening, but a lot of them are starseeds, what I've been told, and light workers, volunteers who are just remembering who they are. Okay, so what I want to do is go into the Law of One material because it ties into all this, but I will do it in another video because there's so much information that I've been wanting to share from those books, and the books are very convoluted information when it comes through, and it's I've talked about Dolores Cannon, and this information in these books are really intricate. It's very, how do I explain it? The wording is very complex, and it takes a lot to absorb it. So I usually will read, it's done by sessions, it's similar to how Dolores Cannon's books are. It's a question and answer thing, channeled through one woman who was able to channel their energy. But the thing is, it's a lot of information, and it takes a lot to absorb it. So I read a session or two each night, and then I allow it to absorb in, and then I understand it, and then I'm trying to keep notes on it. So anyway, so I wanted to do this. It wasn't a very quick video, I see that, but anyway, this is what's going to happen, or this is what I've been told. Now, obviously, things could change, but this is the year. I do know that. As we all know, we have seen it. We've seen the craziness happen. I had gotten this back in December of last year. I thought everything was going to shift massively early this spring, which it did. And it will just get more escalated as this second half of the year goes, which is going to shift into a different gear. They said the gears are changing, the energy is changing. My guides are, and when I say they, I mean my star family, my star guides, Galactic Federation. They say everything, the energies has shifted differently as we have started the second half of this year. It is coming from a different perspective. It's things are going to be shifted up differently. A new galactic year, I know, started just a couple days ago, which is a different cycle too. So I hear truth. That's what they say. They're saying truth. condensing of time. Everything is, they're saying, yes, so I'm sorry, I'm channeling while I'm talking about this. They're saying a condensation condense of time is happening in this short amount of time we have left. Everything is being, it's like all events that would have taken over a decade or so is all being pushed into a few months. So, okay, so I will leave it at that. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your support. I'm very humbled by it. I really, really, truly am. We're in this together. Please, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please like my video if you haven't. Please, I'd love feedback. I love to hear your stories. Please share them. Feel free to email me, or I'll put my email in the comments as well. Or feel free to drop a message, like I said, a comment to that, and I will keep everything posted as things go on and progress. So, okay, thank you very much. Love you all.